And we're live. So, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the first ever Simple Interest Showdown. You guys have performed superbly on the 3 seasons so far, and you have been invited to participate in this first ever Simple Interest Showdown. So, before we begin, let's have a quick round of introductions, please. Today we have with us Srinath, Mrinmay, and Shashank. So, in that order, can you please introduce yourself, tell us where you're based out of, and just give one or two lines about yourself? That'll be fantastic. Let's start with Srinath.
Uh, Hi, I'm Srinath, based in Bombay. Uh, been an avid quizzer pretty much most of my life. Participate in quizzes around the country, and yeah, I mean, I stumbled upon Simple Interest, and I guess I've been doing it pretty regularly every day. Something I look forward to, and keep up the good work, guys.
Thank you so much, Srinath. Uh,
Yeah.
Mrinmay,
Hi, this is Nirmay. I'm currently in Rotterdam. Uh, I used to, let's say, regularly quiz quite a long time ago, and I've never had the courage to jump into the deep end again. And Simple Interest has been good, and so yeah, I get a ego boost once a day, and it feels nice to be included in this exalted company over here. I don't know how I'm going to do, but let's see.
we are all victims here, so don't worry about that. Shashank,
Hi, I'm Shashank. I'm currently quarantined in Vadodara, right? I played the first free month in January and then skipped the February. But then I thought it was great to play in January, so I to play quiz every day. So yeah, that's that.
all right. So, thank you, everyone. Let's get started. So, here are the rules of engagement for today's quiz. We'll have 20 questions divided across 4 rounds of 5 questions each. Two of them will be passing and two will be written rounds. I've shared a link to the Google form that we'll be using for the written rounds. Hope you have that open. Each question is in true simple interest fashion, one quip. And unlike the regular sets, we'll be scoring zings today only in the written rounds. You score a zing if you get all 5 answers correct in the written round. Okay. For tiebreakers, in case there are ties, we'll be using the zings as tiebreakers. If the zing count is also the same, we'll go to a few tiebreak questions towards the end of the session. And this wouldn't be a simple interest quiz unless we reminded you of the simple interest honor code, which states that you promise to use only your brains and no other methods of reference to crack these questions. I just realized I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Omkar Yargudi. I've been working with Think to Win and Choose to Think for quite some time now. And I'm one of the members of the Simple Interest team, working on the curation, delivery, as well as the. So, welcome. Let's get started. The first round is called, very simply, Simple Interest. It's going to be in an infinite rebounds format. I'm sure all of you know what infinite rebounds is, but just to recap quickly, this will be a passing round. We will start with Srinath, then go on to Mrinmay, and then to Shashank in that sequence of passing. The first question will go to Srinath. If he is able to answer it, the next question goes to whoever is next in line. So the basic rule is whoever answers the question, the next question will go to the person who is next in the queue. And if no one is able to answer, the question will go back to the same person with whom it started. Any any queries, any questions so far? Are we good to go?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thanks. So for Srinath, so the original was titled after the man on the left, while the 2017 version is titled after the woman on the right. What are we talking about? This is direct to Srinath. We'll not be doing any pounces So no need to think furiously, start generating options right away. You can wait your turn. So Srinath, whenever you're ready, you can take this away. The original
person on the
was
left.
sorry, yeah, go on, Srinath.
Yeah, the person on the left is Napoleon Bonaparte. The person on the right is Margaret Thatcher.
Right.
So maybe you're talking about she was nicknamed Iron Lady, so some play on the moniker Iron Man and Iron Lady.
So you're saying Napoleon was Iron Man and Thatcher was Iron Lady. So is that the answer?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, we'll pass to Mridmay.
No, I was also in the same fear, but I don't know. Like,
All right, passing to Shashank.
So, is it some game or something? For the lack of better guess, I will say Assassin's Creed version or something.
Assassin's Creed version. Okay, so it looks like no one has scored any quips on this one. So I'll just add one hint and let you all have another go, but for brownie points, not for quips. Just as a non-competitive guess. So the original featured 6 of Napoleons. The 2017 version featured 6 of Thatchers. Does that ring any bells?
Oh,
oh, the
this is the painting.
Lock episode.
You are both
Sherlock
right. This
Holmes.
is the Sherlock episode. The first one
Yeah.
was called The Six Napoleons, whereas the BBC Sherlock episode was called The Six Thatchers.
Nice.
So no points to anyone on this question. The question goes back to Srinath. So here is question number 2. So what is this better known as? This annual baseball match is held every July and nicknamed Classic. Perhaps not this year. The first such match took place in 1933 in Chicago, and such matches are now common in other sports as well. So what term are we looking for?
This is a direct to Srinath.
This is a direct to Srinath. Since nobody got the answer correct for the first question, the question goes back to the person with whom it started.
So I'm going to guess All-Star Games.
Is the right answer. All Stars is perfect. Well done, Srinath. You get a quip for saying All Stars. Let me just quickly make a note of the points so far. One quip to Srinath for saying All-Star Games. And the next question is to Mridmay. Here's question number 3. Jaipur, Lucknow, and Banaras are the 3 most prominent gharanas of this art form. It evolved mainly during the Bhakti movement to tell stories. So which art form are we talking about?
Wow. Okay. Kathak?
Is absolutely the right answer. Well done, Mridmay. This is Kathak.
Yeah.
So the Bhakti movement to tell stories is what pointed towards the art form's name being Kathak. So good job. One quip to you for saying Kathak. Next question goes to Shank. All right, here it is. In December 2012, the Universal Studio theme park in Orlando served its 5 millionth glass of this drink. To mark the occasion, 1,000 guests received a free cup. So what very mildly alcoholic drink are we talking about here? Direct for Shashank.
This is the drink in Harry Potter universe. Butterbeer.
Can you say that again, please? I missed
Butterbeer.
some part.
The drink in Harry Potter universe. Butterbeer.
Oh, that's perfect. 1 point to Shashank for saying butterbeer. This is indeed a Harry Potter drink called butterbeer. So 1 quip to you for that right answer. All right. So question to Srinath. They wrote modern methods of antiseptic wound a year after they incorporated their company in 1887. So which brothers are we talking about? So they wrote modern methods of antiseptic wound treatment a year after they incorporated their company in 1887. Quite a well-known company. Which brothers are we talking about?
I'm going to say, for the lack of better guess, is this Johnson and Johnson Brothers?
Better guess, it is absolutely correct. This is indeed Johnson and Johnson. Well done. So that gets Srinath another quip for Johnson and Johnson, bringing his tally to 2. So that's the end of round 1, which brings us to the second round. But before that, a quick look at the scores. Srinath is on 2 for All Stars and Johnson Johnson. Mrinmay is on 1 for Kathak, and Shashank is on 1 for Butterbeer. So for this round, we'll be using the Google sheet that I've shared with the Google form that I've shared with you all. Here are the rules. There are 3 clues in each question. Each clue, you have to decipher what each clue points to. And the answers to all the clues for a question have something in common. So as an answer, give us what is common to all of these 3 elements. Everyone ready with your forms? Everyone ready mentally?
A minute.
Yes.
Okay, let's take a minute so that you are all able to open the form.
Yeah.
Okay. Srinath, Shashank, do let us know once you're good to go.
Good to go.
Yeah, good to go.
Okay, so here is your first question. What do all of these clues point to? The first, this melodious timekeeper was born in the 17th century in Germany. Second, did Jack Nicholson fly over this in a 1975 film? And third, a 2013 crime fiction novel by features this bird. So all of these 3 clues have something in common. Just give us what is common to all of them. This is question 1. Please make sure you enter your answer at the appropriate location in the answer sheet. Okay, we'll wait for a few more seconds in case anyone needs to type their answers out. Okay, moving on to question number 2. Clue 1 is a British army co-founded by Paul Burnham. Clue 2, football chant, Sergeant Wilco's blank blank. And clue 3 is a word that means extremely foolish according to British informal usage. So just give us what all of these have in common.
Do you want just one word for this?
Yes. Just give us what all of these have in common. This is question number 2. All right, a couple of seconds more before moving on to question 3. Which is this. So the first clue is collection of these is called a hand. A collection of these is called a hand. Second, the Bollywood equivalent of the Golden Raspberry Awards. And third, a popular song sung by the Minions from the Despicable Me franchise. So something that connects whatever it is that whose collection is called a hand, the Bollywood equivalent of the Golden Raspberry Awards, and a popular song sung by the Minions. Oh, we move on to the next one.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, going on to question 4. The first is Stephanie Joanne Angelina Germanotta, her name without the title, part of a 1984 song by British rock band Queen, and what you'll get if you sing the third note of the sargam twice.
Nice clue.
Thank you. So Stephanie Joanne Angelina Germanotta, what is her name without the title? Part of a 1984 song by Queen, and what you'll get if you sing the third note of the sargam twice. Ask you to sing. Okay, that's question 4. And coming on to the last question for round 2, which is this. In America, these are flour-based biscuits, not circuits, my bad. Flour-based biscuits, typically salted. Second is a slang term, sometimes abusive term for any European white person. And third, one of the most famous products of Shivkashi in India. Something that connects all three of these. So once you're done sending in your, once you're done typing in your answers, please hit submit as you would normally. I have answers from Mrinmayi and Shashank. And from Srinath as well. So thank you, everyone. So let's see what the answers are for this round. The first one, which I think all of you got correct, is cuckoo. The first hint pointed to cuckoo clocks. The second one was Jack Nicholson, the 1935 movie One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. And the third one was, I think, The Call of the Cuckoo by Robert
Cuckoo's
Galbraith.
calling.
The Cuckoo's Calling. Thank you. I've got. I think I was in the right ballpark. Got my word order messed up. So that was cuckoo. Second, I think everyone of you got this right. This is the Barmy Army. We just wanted the word Barmy. You will get points for that. Okay. The third collection of these is called a hand.
Banana.
These are bananas.
Ah.
The Indian equivalent is the Golden Kela Awards, and banana is a very popular song sung by the Minions. Listen at your own peril. I will not advocate this without adult supervision. All right, moving on to the next one. This is Gaga. Stefani Joanne Angelina Jomonota is Lady Gaga. The Queen song was Radio Gaga, and the third note in the sargam is Ga. So if you sing, अगर आपको किसी ने बोला गाओ, तो maybe this is what comes out. And the final one, that
Cracker.
is crackers or cracker.
Are we
So-
allowed to say that?
We don't have any Europe, hopefully, who will take offense to this, but let's not use it in that sense. We can call each other salty flour-based biscuits instead, or patakas alternatively. That also works.
Nice.
So, five quips to Shashank and Srinath each. And Mrinmay, I think you got the third one wrong. So
yeah,
you have
I wrote Ghanta.
for whom the bell tolls, as Metallica would say.
Yeah.
So in fluency, that's 4 for Mrinmay, and 6 points each for Shashank and Srinath. One bonus zing for getting all 5 correct. Okay, so that's 2 rounds done out of 4. We move on to what we like to call Teretni El Miss, which is simple interest backwards. We'll be going in the passing. We'll be going in the reverse order of passing, and starting with Shashank, going to Mrinmay, and finally to Srinath for the 5 questions in this round. Okay, Shashank, ready?
Yes.
Here is your question. Chamatkar is a 1992 film starring Shah Rukh Khan and Naseeruddin Shah. In the film, SRK plays a match against a team led by an actor with a cricket connection later in life. So just identify which actor who has this cricket connection later in life.
Okay. So I've seen the movie, but I don't remember really. So let's say, wait, Nasiruddin Shah because Iqbal.
Naseeruddin Shah because Iqbal. That's a very good guess. I'll pass this to Mrinmay.
Again, I've seen the movie and I know that he doesn't play against Nasruddin Shah because he's a ghost.
Right?
I
So
don't
somebody
know.
who's not a ghost.
Yeah, but I don't know. Said Kirmani.
Said Kirmani was an actual
He was
cricketer
an earlier cricketer who became an actor. So
who became an
reverse.
actor. Yes. So so reverse. I think it's in keeping with the theme of this round where we are going in reverse.
Yeah.
Let's pass this to Srinath.
Yeah, I haven't seen the movie, so
So if you get this, it will be a chamatkar.
yeah, I know. It's a case with most Bollywood questions for me. I'll say Sunil Shetty.
And the cricket connection would be?
I think KL Rahul is dating his daughter.
Oh God, no. I know the answer now.
Okay, so that's not what we are looking for. It's not Sunil Shetty, but for a non-competitive guess, I think Mrinmay, you can go ahead.
It's Ashutosh Gowarikar in Lagan.
Ashutosh Gowarikar in Lagan would have gotten you points for this. So
Oh, nice.
in the film, to raise money for the school that Shah Rukh Khan is working at as the coach, they propose that the baddies play a game of cricket versus the good people. The bad guys are led by Ashutosh Gowarikar, whereas the good guys are coached by Shah Rukh Khan, and with some last-minute help from Naseeruddin Shah as the ghost. Wonder if this is where Ashutosh Gowarikar got. You can see similar elements. All right. So, question back to Shashank. No quips on this one for anyone. Here is your direct. After volumes of such a book were found at the February 2013 suicide site of a 15-year-old girl in Russia, a local parents group began campaigning for regulation on all media based on series. This interest. So, what series are we talking about?
Oh,
This is a direct to
manga.
Shashank.
Okay. So this is the Death Note.
Is absolutely correct. Well done, Shashank. Points to you for saying Death Note. So one quip to Shashank. Uh, just as an aside, I hope you all are keeping a track of how many points you've scored as well on your end. We'll tally up after the end of this round. So far, only 1 point to Shashank in this round. Next question goes direct to Mrinmay. So the Italian World War I ace Francesco Baracca's fighter plane sported this. After his death, his parents asked a friend to use it and continue his tradition of sportsmanship, gallantry, and boldness. So which symbol are we talking about?
Guessing the Ferrari's symbol, the galloping horse.
Is the right answer. The Ferrari's prancing horse gets you one quip.
Yeah,
So
I was surprised. Yeah, okay.
you seem
Thank you.
you seem a little surprised that you got this right.
Yeah, I am.
So this is where the symbol for Ferrari originates. It was Francesco Baracca, who was a friend of Enzo Ferrari's. After he passed away fighting, his parents requested Enzo to use the symbol as symbol on his cars. Okay. So next question direct to Srinath. On top of this structure, you would find statues depicting agriculture, commerce, science, and engineering, with a central one depicting progress. This structure is located in Mumbai. So which structure are we talking about? Direct to Srinath.
I'm going to guess the CST.
And can you tell us what makes you think this is the CST?
I don't know. I mean, there's the dome there built during the British times, and maybe they put in all these statues to depict the progress that they were making in building the railways.
That is absolutely the right answer, Srinath. 1 point to you for saying CST, or Victoria Terminus as it was known back in the day. So one quip to Srinath for getting CST. Well done. And we are at question 4. The last question goes back to Shashank for this round. Direct to Shashank. Next question. Here it is. So Madan Karki says about his invention, which was heard in 2015. He wanted to convey the feeling of terror. He also says the most important factor is the use of click sounds, like that of a mouse button or a mouse click. So what is he talking about? This is a direct to Shashank.
Okay, Madan Karke says that.
So Madan
Are you
Karki, the
looking for
inventor. Sorry, go on, Shashank.
are you looking for a very specific answer?
Yes, quite specific.
Like, okay. So this is some musical instrument used in the film Bahubali. I don't know the name of the instrument, but
Okay.
it was used in the
All right.
film Bahubali.
All right. I'll pass this to Mrinmay.
Okay, I'm gonna have to thank Shashank for this. I hadn't thought of Bahubali, but now that he says it, it's the language that the tribals use in the movie. The fearsome tribals that Bahubali fights. The
Ah,
ones that begin with K.
This sounds like another Balaji telefilm series in the making, but we'll give it to you for saying the language of the tribal. This is the Kili Kili language from
Yeah.
Bahubali. Shashank, you were almost there, but you didn't say the language. You went with a musical instrument instead.
Yeah.
I'd be very terrified of musical instruments that made such clicking noises. So 1 point again to Mrinmay for saying Kili Kili, or the language of the tribals. That brings us to the end of the third round. So far in this round, we have Mrinmay on 2 points. Points, not pints, hopefully. If you are sourcing pints, let me know. One for Shashank and one for Srinath. So the total is, let me just tally this up. 7 so far for Mrinmay. 8 and 1. 9 for Srinath. Srinath, is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
And 8 for Shashank. You can let me know if that is right.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So that's the end of round 3. Which brings us to the second written round, which is called chain reaction. You can use the same form to turn in your answers for this. As the name suggests, the next question in sequence is related to the previous answer. Okay, so that is all you need to remember. If you are able to figure out a link is somewhere in the set, you should be able to, by in theory, figure out subsequent and previous answers as well. Okay, forms at the ready. Here is question number 1. So one of the prestigious trophies here has a carving of a pineapple on top. The prestigious trophies here has a carving of a pineapple on top.
So what do you need?
I need the here that I'm talking about.
All right.
Can you say that again?
So I said I need the here that I'm talking about.
Okay.
So obviously you would win this trophy if you won something. So you can tell us what that something.
So do you want the specific one or just the generic? The first one word answer would do.
A one word answer will do.
Okay. Yeah.
Brownie points if you can identify the person whose forehead is visible in the picture.
I'm guessing the thing based on his forehead.
All right. Okay, that's the A or question 1 in this round. Let's go on to B. So when you enter the central arena of A, you can see 2 lines from a famous poem. What is this famous poem titled?
You need the poem.
Yes, I need the name of the poem. So when you enter the central arena of A, you can see 2 lines from this famous poem. All right, we'll wait for a few more seconds. Moving on to C. Who was the poem B written by?
So basically, if we get 2 wrong, 3 is obviously going to be wrong.
Can you say that again, please?
Like, if I'm not sure about 2, how am I supposed to answer 3?
Maybe the remaining 2 might give you some indication to what you are looking for.
Yeah.
So who was the poem B written by? Okay, moving on to D, which is an adaptation of C's other famous work, aired on Doordarshan in the 1990s. Something seems to have stuck for Mrinmay.
So you want the name of the other work?
Yes. For D, we want the name of the other famous work. Okay, that's D. Moving on to E, which is the music director of the famous theme song of D. The music director of the famous theme song of D. Okay, let's just quickly cycle through all of these in case you want to see any question again. So the here in quotes that we are looking for, a pineapple on the top of the trophy. B is when you enter the central arena, you see two lines from a poem. So which poem? C is who was the poem written by. D is an adaptation of C's other famous work, which aired on Doordarshan in the 1990s. And E is the music director of the famous theme song of D. Okay, just hit submit after you're done writing in your answers. So we have answers from all three of you. And let's move on to the answers. The first one is the Wimbledon, the championships Wimbledon, and the forehead was, of course, of Roger Federer. Just having Wimbledon in the answers will get you a point. The poem that you center quote is if. And the poet is Rudyard Kipling. So C would be Rudyard Kipling. The other famous work, the adaptation aired on Doordarshan would be The Jungle Book. And finally, the person who was the music director of the famous theme. Anyone wants to take a guess?
Vishal Bhattacharya.
Vishal Bharadwaj is the right answer.
Oh.
So Gulzar was the lyricist, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So we have
was he?
yes. So we have answers from all three of you, and in this round, Mrunmayee and Srinath have scored 6 out of 6, whereas Shashank is on 4. So just adding to your tallies so far. So 6 for Mrunmayee, 4 for Shashank and Srinath, which brings us to the matter of the scores. So far we have Mrunmayee on 13, Shashank on 12, and Srinath leading the pack with 15.
Are you giving 6 quips only or 5?
Can you say that again, please, Shashank?
Are we getting, if we get all correct, we get 6 quips or 5 quips?
You get 6.
Was it not 5 quips plus the zing?
No. We said we had a bonus zing.
Yeah.
And all right, you're right. So we get 5 quips and 1 zing. My apologies. We get 5 quips and a zing. So let me just quickly revise the score for this round. Mrunmayee, you'd be on 5. Srinath, you'd be on 5 as well with 1 zing. And Shashank, you'd be on 4.
Omkar, I think you have to do that for the earlier written round as well.
Yes. I'll do that. So for the earlier round, Shashank, you scored 5. Srinath, you also scored 5. That's right? Yeah. Okay. So the final tally so far then comes to 12 for Mrunmayee with 1 zing.
Yeah.
12 for Shashank with 1 zing. And 14. Would that be 14 for Srinath? Hang on, would that be 14 or would that be 13? I think that'll be 13.
Just a minute. Omkar, I think also 11 for Shashank?
No.
No?
I scored 1 quip each in both the passing rounds, and I scored 5 and 4. So
4.
Yeah, 11.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 11 and 1 zing.
All right. So 11 and 1 zing, and Srinath, so you are on 13. Is that right?
Yes.
With 2 zings.
Yeah.
All right.
Perfect.
So that brings us officially to the end of the first showdown. Our congratulations to all of you for a good performance, and especially to Srinath for scoring the most and the most zings, 2 on 2, as well as 13 quips. So well done. Congratulations to Srinath. The first showdown title goes to you.
Thank you.
We have a few questions which we had earmarked for the tiebreakers. In case you all are game, we can just run them for brownie points for fun.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
sure.
Oh, here we go. So no points to anyone for this one. You can, let's not shout the answers out. We'll go in sequence from Srinath to Mrinmay to Shashank. Okay, so Srinath, what is this about and what would be the last in this sequence? So you have Kabul, Delhi, Lahore, Agra, and Kuldawad.
So maybe you're talking about the tombs or the mausoleums of the Mughal emperors.
Okay.
And I think Bahadur Shah Zafar is in Burma, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe Rangoon.
Is the perfect answer. So I think we can just directly go to the answers section of this so that we can see the answers immediately. So that is tombs of the Mughal emperors in that sequence. So Kabul would be Babur and Kultabad would be Aurangzeb, and Rangoon is the last for Bahadur Shah Zafar. All right. So
Okay.
Minmay, this one's for you.
Yeah.
So in the National Awards for Film, only 2 awards are named after people. Both of them are ladies. One is the award for best film by a director, and the other is the award for best film on national integration. Both women were
Okay.
politicians, though only one of them was professionally involved in films. So who are the 2 ladies in question?
Hmm. I think I'm mixing up my things, but I think some award somewhere is named after Nargis.
All right.
I'm not too sure though. It might just be the film fairs. And Sarojini Naidu because just Indian women.
All right. Moving on to Shashank.
So I'll go with Nargis and Indira Gandhi for national integration.
Can you say that again, please, Shashank? I missed the second part.
I'll go with Nargis and Indira Gandhi.
That is absolutely correct. That is
Ah,
Nargis Dutt and Indira Gandhi. The second one would be for the best film on national integration. Indira Gandhi Award. Okay. So question goes back to Shrikant because Shashank answered this correct. So when she was 6 years old, she read about Kolkata in a comic book about Mother Teresa. She read that people had 10 square feet to live in. She had visions of a checkerboard in which people would live in boxes of 10 square feet each. When she visited the city as a 24-year-old MIT student, she was mildly disappointed when things weren't the same. Talking about
This is Esther Duflo, Nobel
is the
winner.
right answer. Esther Duflo, who won the Nobel Prize for economics along with Abhijit Banerjee. All right, Mrinmay, next
yeah.
up. This portmanteau term has been used to describe the cause of a country's inexorable collapse, as meaningless zeros are added and subtracted from the currency while the population dies of malnutrition and cholera. It has also been used to describe Gordon Brown's various rescue and stimulus packages. So what term are we looking for?
Hmm. No, I will complete blank. I'm sorry. This is something I should know.
I think this is something every one of us should know.
Yeah, no, and
We'll pass.
my supervisor would be disappointed.
A good thing your supervisor isn't on this call then.
Yeah.
But it's recorded and it's
All right.
going to out.
Maybe if you get them to join Simple Interest, they'll have access to this and they can be properly disappointed in you. Okay, passing to Shashank.
Uh, Something of zillionaire or something. I don't know.
Not a zillionaire. That would be Richie Rich. So Srinath, this is back to you.
So essentially, you're talking about meaningless zeros added and subtracted from the currency is inflation. So I think the portmanteau term could be stagflation, stagnation, and inflation.
So you are sort of thinking in the right direction, but not what we are talking about. So to add a hint, think of a specific world leader in whose country a lot of inflation took place and lots of zeros were added to currency notes as a result.
So this is Zimbabwe.
This is
Zimbabwe.
This is Zimbabwe. So the leader would be
Mugabe.
Mugabe.
And so the other term in the portmanteau was economics. So the answer would be Mugabenomics.
Okay.
Okay.
We'd have given you points for just saying Robert Mugabe. So well done. That's Mugabenomics. I think we have 2 more questions left. So when Alphabet Incorporated was created after Google's restructure in 2015, its cool new URL, abc.xyz, was also announced. A fellow called Ari Weinstein and his co-workers saw this as a good opportunity to troll Google. And as a tongue-in-cheek joke, they registered the domain abc.wtf and redirected it to what address? So this is for Mrinmay, since she can't, my bad, Srinath got the previous one.
So I'm thinking of 2 alternatives. One I'm not very proud to say. So the Bing homepage.
So was this the one you were proud to say, or not the one which you were proud to say?
Not the one I'm proud to say.
So what was your other guess?
Involving porn.
Not that one, thankfully. This is indeed Bing.com, and it had become quite a joke as Google announced abc.xyz in their conference. Okay, I think the last question now goes to Shashank. So this animal takes its name from the Greek words for breast and tooth, a reference to nipple-shaped projections on the crown. It inhabited North and Central America during the late Miocene or late Pliocene up to their extinction at the end of the Pleistocene, 10,000 to 11,000 years ago. It was in the news in November 2019 due to a non-archaeological reason. So which animal are we talking about?
So this is the new Twitter alternative that came in. This is Mastodon. Yeah, Mastodon was the name of that.
Mastodon is the right answer. Well done, Shashank. This is indeed Mastodon. And around I think in the first week of November, there was a huge controversy with a lot of Indians moving from Twitter to Mastodon. So yeah, well done on getting that one right. And with that, we are at the end of this first ever Simple Interest Showdown. I hope you guys had fun. Thank you so much for joining this time and joining us for the first ever Simple Interest Showdown.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
We'll be signing off. Good fun.
Yeah.
And in case you have any feedback, in case you would like to make any suggestions, you have my mail ID. You also have my phone number, I hope. And you can just let me know whenever.
Right.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Right. Thank you so much.
Bye.
We'll share this recording with those of us who were not able to join today. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.